Hi everybody, a little bit of an impromptu video here. Didn't plan to do one. Didn't even plan to fly this aircraft. Wasn't even installed in my sim until about half an hour ago. But here it is, and I'm on a flight here, just about to turn base for Edinburgh in Scotland. Thought I'd hit pause and explain a few things, what it is, why I'm doing the video. Yeah, it doesn't look great, does it? It's the Justflight Viscount for FSX, and this is P3D version 4.4. Like I say, I've just installed it. I've never flown the aircraft before. I've had a quick look in the manual. It doesn't really tell you a lot. It tells you what the buttons are, but it doesn't tell you how to fly it. But it's not complicated. I spawned at Liverpool, took off. Tuned in the radio and that worked, so I ended up here. I'll explain that in a moment. But before we go any further, the model, it's an FSX model. Get a bit closer. It's not great, but it looks like a Viscount. And again, if you know my taste, I don't need to be looking on the outside of the aircraft a lot. What's important for me is I enjoy flying the aircraft, and I've really enjoyed this flight, I must say. I'm quite a nostalgic person when it comes to aircraft, especially being a Brit. This is quite iconic for Brits, especially my age of person. I remember seeing these when I was really small. Fascinated me, the sound and look of them. Yeah, there's some funny texturing on the tail there. It's supposed to be shiny. I do have tomato installed, of course, no profile for it, but it looks okay. It's not terrible, is it? Looks like a Viscount. And inside, yeah, it's FSX, but I did look quickly on YouTube and had a look at a couple of cockpits, flight decks from the Viscount, and it looks this bad, grey and dirty and old in real life. So I think they've done quite a good job of it. Yeah, it's not a complicated flight deck, to be honest. I don't know how to start the engines or anything, but what I did, like I say, I took off. I tuned in Wallasey VOR here on Nav 1. And it picked up way down here on the nav receiver, nav 1 course. It picked up the course, and then I set my heading and course on the direction bearing gauge here to follow. Actually, I tuned in after Wallasey. I tuned in Dean's Cross because I was pretty much on top of Wallasey VOR. Tuned in Dean's Cross, set the heading for there and the course. Climbed up to 12,000 feet. Tried the autopilot, gyro pilot. It's really dark. I'm going to do a set of spotlights for this. You can barely read it, but here the gyro pilot, you've got a heading, nav or localizer or approach. You've got a heading hold. You've got autopilot master switch. You've got heading turn left or right. That's pretty much it. That's all you need for an autopilot. Heading hold is useful. It's worked fine here. The heading and the radios have worked fine. I'm going to try the ILS approach. So I headed to Dean's Cross, then the TLA VOR, and then from there I just went on a guesstimate heading, and here I am. 108.9 is, I hope, yeah, the ILS for Edinburgh. Runway 24, and I have 241 here set. You can see I just got to move around a little here. The tooltips are really useful here. Yeah, nav course 241 set. Here's the glide slope bar. Here's the localizer bar. Here's the NDB for Edinburgh. Yeah, and I'm not heading there, but anyway, there we go. Where am I heading? I'm heading 30, so it doesn't matter. I'm pretty much on a 90-degree base leg at the moment, I guess, almost. Am I? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, a few funny things here. The altimeter is stuck down here behind the yoke in the corner. God knows why it's not up here where the clock is. Would be a bit more useful, but anyway, we're learning, aren't we? Yeah, it's a bit of a funny altimeter here. I'm at 3,000 feet. Big hand is hours, thousands, I guess, and this is minutes. I don't know, all old-fashioned to me. Speed is also about the same. I'm here at 210 knots. I think, yeah, 207 my tooltip says. All right, I'm going to attempt this landing. So I'm going to unpause it. You'll hear the awful sound, but I think it's all right. Here we go. Turn up my volume a bit. Oh, should unpause it. You never know what's going to happen. Yeah, I'm just turning on a heading of 30030 here. So I've got to do a lot of things manually. I'm going to slow her down. 190 knots. I'll stick out some flaps at the moment. I want to get set pretty early. So the runway is here behind me. Yeah, I'm not 90 degrees, am I, to the runway? Not even close. So let's turn on a 330 heading, more or less. Just hope I don't madly overshoot the localizer or anything like that. That's what I love about these planes. You have to really think about your situational awareness. It's not just sticking in approach and it does everything for you. Yeah, I'm not sure where I am. I'm talking so much. Alright, there's the airport over there, isn't it? Right there. So we're going to go here past, sorry about the sound, past the harbour and take a left turn into the runway here. Yeah, we're looking good. Let's go another few seconds on this heading. But here, this is, if you've never seen one of these before, this is showing that you're below the glide slope and offset from the localizer, which is good. This arrow means we're heading towards the nav aid. I'm going to take now, let's go 290 heading. I want to intercept at about 30 degrees. Now what I'm going to do now, I don't know how the autopilot really works. I'm on heading hold. I'll wait for the plane to actually stabilize on our heading. Watch the speed, 160 knots is fine. It's pitching up. Yeah, I lost some speed there, didn't I? Okay, see, we're talking. So I'm going to stick this now on approach. I don't know if I need to have the altitude hold switch on or off. We'll find out. So the localizer is now alive. Sorry, the glide slope is now alive. The plane is descending. That's a good start. That's a really good start, isn't it? Okay, runway is there. Right there. So here's the center line. We should be turning in a moment. Let's watch it. We can watch our speed here. So it seems to be holding the glide slope here nicely. And a little bit faster. Should be pitching down now a little bit. Should have maybe turned active sky off with this bouncing. The plane's pitching up now. Yeah, this is what I don't understand. If I need, it didn't say in the manual if I need to hold the glide slope. If I need altitude hold on or off, I don't know. All right, see what this one does. Okay, should start turning any minute. So here's our heading. Here's the runway heading, set at 241. The visual reference. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Yes, yes, yes. Should start seeing this needle now pitch across to the center. Plane's pitching up and down like crazy, eh? Let's get the flaps up. Gear warning. Get the gear down too. Well, let's throw everything down and out. Like give the plane a little chance to stabilize. Yeah, so we see the needle here swinging across. Yeah, looking good. Hey, there we go. There's the runway. Yeah, the autopilot seems to work. Sorry, gyro pilot seems to work fine. Here's the runway. We should just be hitting final in a moment. Yeah, so what do we want? I'll hold about 120, 130 knots. There we go, intercepting nicely. Should be making a little left turn here. Very good. We've got that much wind. A little offset there, huh? So, how are we doing? It looks like the glide, it's holding the glide slope really nicely. That's what I love about this kind of flying. You never really know if it's going to work. Nothing's guaranteed. That's looking good, huh? So here we are. Full flaps. Gear down. Looking good. A little look at the harbour. Back in the plane. So how are we doing? Yeah, it's gone a little right of centre line. I hope it's going to recover. Holding the glide slope really nice, about 600 feet a minute here. Guess that's about right for 125 knots. Let's slow it down just a little bit more. Yeah, looks good. Working well. Try and keep my eyes on things, but just have a quick look around the VC here. Got the engine fuel cutoff switches here with these flaps on, covers. Really cool and transparent. Oh yeah, what did I do with the props? I probably want them at 100% for the landing. So what I learned here, yeah, we kept on the altitude switch. Oh, that switched off on itself. That's good. And you picked up the ILS. Super. Yeah, it looks alright. Just suggests with these kind of aircraft, you don't get too close to the textures, and especially around the doors and windows. And look at that, it's pretty awful. But again, I said in some of my other videos, I don't sit here looking down in the corner here at the seat, how bad it is. I look here at the gauges, I look out the window. How about some lights? Yeah, I see here on the overhead that it's not so easy to read these things here, but it's okay. It's a good opportunity to seat belts, right? Emergency lights. Yeah, good opportunity to fly a different aircraft. No idea where the lights are. Nose landing lamp down. What's that? Panel light. Oh, that was good. Panel light. Well, there we go. That's a bit better. And all the time we're still on the ILS. Takes a long time to get there, 125 knots. So, yeah, it works. It works. A lot of it is clickable. As he says that these aren't fuel trim. Yeah, I saw something in the manual about fuel trim. That was quite interesting. Need to learn that. Need to learn. These are fuel. What's that? Pressure. Low fuel pressure cops. What's the most important thing about this plane is the nav aids work really well. Look at this on the ILS. The heading indicator here works really well. Navigate anywhere in this thing now. Okay, actually gonna fly it down a bit on the autopilot here. Anyway, it looks good. Don't know what you think. It's about $22, 16, 17 pounds for FSX, but it works. All I did, by the way, to get it to work was just installed it in FSX Steam and just drag the aircraft folder across into sim objects in V4.4, and here we are, it works. Landing gears there, as you can see, flaps are there. It's a beauty. Not the textures, I mean the aircraft itself. Okay, 110 knots. Just listen to these sounds quick here. I think that's really quite good. I don't know what they sounded like in real life, but quite like that. Anyway, lost the glide slope there, haven't we? Okay, let's go autopilot off. How fast are we doing? To reduce the power a bit. Ooh! Ugly. No idea what the wind is. Like I say, really impromptu flight. Just wanted to test if it worked. And it works. I did put time preview tonight. It doesn't really work at night, but I'm going to fly it in the day to see it. Here we go, no call outs. No idea how high we are. Oh, not bad, floating. You can float when you're doing 110 knots. Ooh, very nice. Quite good in the end. I heard there was no there was no reverse thrust. Just gonna. Ooh, bump. I get bumps quite a lot at UK 2000 airports like that. Especially in the dash, it's terrible. Yeah, like that all the time. Very strange. Anyway, there you go. It works. We're here. I'm not sure if GSX is going to work with it. Well, okay, let's rephrase that. I'm not sure if GSX is going to work. Forget with. Whoa. Right, I'm going to do a very quick taxi here because the last thing you guys want to see is me taxiing for 3 minutes. Just straighten up on this taxiway here and then hell for leather. Park. And that's what it would sound like on takeoff roll. Quite like that. Cross between a hairdryer and a buzzsaw. Wow, so cool. Right, I think there's some remote stands on the right here, isn't there? Okay, let's park her up, turn the engines off and see if GSX can do anything, see if we can open the doors. Yeah, I quite like it. By the way, the Comet, Justflight Comet for SX works also. It's actually a nicer VC than this one, and it's quite nostalgic. It looks quite good on the outside too. Probably do a video on that as well if you want, or if I want. Nobody asks. Yeah, so the Comet works too. They're not expensive if you've got a bit of money in your pocket and you want something a bit different. Well, park here, hey. Alright, might need some external help just to make sure we're on the parking space for GSX. Whoa. Where do I want to park? There, that'll do. Hello, Mr. Easy. I hope this is going to work with GSX. Okay, there we go. Should be good. Right, probably should do something with the mixture of props or whatever, but I don't know. What's that? Throttle control. Props. 0. Changing the pitch there. I think this is the fuel shut off switches. Yeah. Sorry. There we go. See if the doors open. Control E. Oh, very nice. D2. Good. Good start. Stewardess is there. E3, what was that? Oh, cargo door. Good. Control E4. Anything? No, the service door doesn't open to the back there. It's not going to be 5, is it? Nope. Okay, well there you go. Next test, GSX. Oh, that's a good start. Let's go. I don't know, Menzies. I always like Menzies, don't know why. Here we go. The usual crap from GSX. That's it, through the propeller. Good. 3 stairways, amazing. Yeah, we need 3. Definitely. Levitating stewardess. Oh, that's good too. That's brilliant. Yeah, okay, so GSX kind of works. That's alright. Good, so there we go. There we go.
Bye, thank you. Bye.
So, I enjoyed that. That was quite good. There you go, that's it. The Justflight Viscount. I don't know if I said that at the beginning. Justflight Viscount for FSX working in P3D version 4.4. It's quite nice. Thanks. See ya.